Good afternoon. This is Aaron Sanders. With me is Royal Church. As always, glad that you're here. And Royal, right down to the chase, we begin with the Seneca Sting, ending up with a 10-7 record, fourth in the Eastern Division. But they got a couple of players that we have to keep in mind of today.
Yeah, Aaron, they've got a young lady named Taylor Allicock. She's number 6 today for the viewers out there on We Digital. Leading scorer, 17.1 a game. Basically, the way that Taylor goes is the way the Seneca Sting go.
Absolutely, and you can see there 46 rebounds per game. That's 5th in the OCAA, so the St. Clair Saints have a lot to deal with. And speaking of them, they finish off the season on a 2-game winning streak, which is something they needed. And they have a full roster, too. In addition to that, an OCAA scoring champion as well.
Yes, yes, sir. They've got one of the twins who's won the scoring championship, Jana Kusera. She won the scoring championship with a 20.2 points per game average, and she also was second in the entire league in assists with 4.5 a game.
Yeah, absolutely. So the winner of this will play against the winner against Conestoga and Algonquin. That game will be underway here as we play on here. So it's a Seneca Sting versus the St. Clair Saints, and we'll have the tip-off with me and Justin Prince in a moment. You're watching St. Clair Saints basketball on We Digital.
Hi, I'm Curtis Joseph, former NHL goalie.
Butcher goes down. Look front the bird to drive the save. Pass to the nice shot. The save. He's right in. Oh, and stops it behind the net. Marksman wipes it right in front. Talking shoots. Oh, and what a save.
You're watching We Digital.
Hi everybody, this is Tina Brigley, host of In and Out of Your Mind with Tina Brigley on WeTV. Join me and my guests while we explore ways to get out of your mind and into your life. Join us each and every week for a new show. Come see me here on WeTV.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged. No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Hi, I'm Josie, and I'm your co-host of the We Digital production, We Now. Anyone interested in promoting a business, an event, a book signing, or maybe even just making aware of the movers and shakers of Windsor-Essex County, We Now can do that for you. We'll get your word out. So make sure you email me at josie@we-tv.ca to book an in-studio session that will air live on Facebook. And don't forget to check out our social media. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the St. Clair College Sportsplex in Windsor, Ontario for today's coverage of OCAA women's basketball. It's the crossover playoff today as the Seneca Sting take on the hometown St. Clair Saints. One of the first playoff games in the history of the Sportsplex. Justin Prince alongside Aaron Sanders. Let's take a look at your starting fives for today's matchup. First off, with the Seneca Sting, it's Tiffany McNeil starting alongside Chelsea Ramsey, along with Taylor Allicock. Rounding the starting five is Sky Cousins, along with Brianna May Clough. That's your starting five for the Sting. The St. Clair Saints look to try and carry a 2-game winning streak into the postseason, with Kirsten Tompkins making the start, along with Anna Galichny, Logan Casera with Jana Casera, and rounding up the starting five, Kim Maroon. That's your starting five for the hometown St. Clair Saints. As Jana Casera takes the floor, your officials today, Mary Rondo, along with Chad Pereira and Kevin Greenwood. Justin Prince joined alongside Aaron Sanders for today's matchup. As you look at your officials, this is a big playoff matchup. One of the first playoff games really in the history of the Sportsplex for this program, to play at home court to get to where they wanted to be for this crossover game.
This is only the second game, postseason game in Sportsplex history that the Saints have played a playoff game here. But you're right, it has a lot of implementations in this game. The winner will play against whoever wins out of the Conestoga Condors Algonquin Thunder game. But I think, JP, it's going to come down to the glass and talking to both of these coaches. You see the Seneca head coach right there, Craig Walker.
Yes, Craig Walker watches along from his sideline, and he kissed from his. As both teams get set to go for the opening tip, Kim Maroon will tip off for the St. Clair Saints. It'll be Shy Cousins tipping off for the Seneca Sting. As you look at Andy Kiss, watch along. This is a team that he's taking on today, was 10-7 in the regular season, and is looking to try and be the top team today. Who's going to make their way to the championship tournament? We're about to find out once we get things going, as we have a bit of a delay before the start of today's matchup.
And while we have this delay, let me remind the folks, this is the first playoff game in 4 years at home for St. Clair.
And we're underway here from the St. Clair College Sportsplex. The Sting win the tip. Sting trying to start off well with the opening possession, known as a mid-range team in the East Division. On the outside, Allycock passed it along to Clough. Clough back outside. Back to the mid-range, Allycock. Swung around now, McNeil. 6 on the shot clock. Spins by Logan Casera, drives to the lane, gets it to go.
You talk about the mid-range game, but once again, when they get the ball down in traffic, they are explosive. They're already up 2-0.
2-0 here in the first quarter as Janet Casera drives inside, tries to pass it. Tompkins still got it up to the deflection. Pass to Yelichny, misses the triple. Picked up in traffic by Cousins. Just about a minute into the first quarter here on We Digital Productions. Justin Prince alongside Aaron Sanders as McNeil runs the offense. Allycock slows it on down once more. Swung back to Clough. Clough around the pick and fade back outside. 5 on the shot clock once more. Ramsey drives to the hoop, off the front rim. Tap back out, battle for the ball, picked up by Maroon.
And that's going to be one of many battles on the glass today, JP, because when you have number 15, Clough, fighting for the rebound, you have to come prepared.
You have to be prepared indeed, as it's tapped out of bounds. 13th on the shot clock. Of course, we're talking about Clough, of course, being one of the top rebounders, really, in the entire OCAA this year, coming away with 8.5 rebounds per game in the regular season. As the point goes in for the Saints, Yelichny. That's your first bucket for the St. Clair Saints today, just 90 seconds in.
And you could see what Andy Kiss is doing. He's starting off small because they know he has the advantage in speed, and Yelichny will come up with the steal.
Ramsey, the intended player for the pass. Yelichny gets the and one. So Anna Yelichny gets the quick steal off to the bad pass and rushes right to the hoop. And let's take a look at a quick replay.
You know, a fast start between both of these clubs, and it's a matter of picking up the pace. Missed assignment right there from Chelsea Ramsey, which enables Anna Yelichny to go all the way. She gets slapped on the wrist from Allycock, and now she's off to the line.
Ramsey comes out after the turnover. Allison comes in as Coach Kiss calls for 2. Wants to have the press come up the floor here. 2-3 press. Now rushing up the floor, stolen away by Maroon.
And that's one of the key factors for today's game. If you want to take advantage in terms of the glass, you have a player like Kim Maroon who could dominate.
Kim Maroon, of course, coming into the program during the mid-portion of the season. Janet Casera will go to the hoop. Draws the hard contact on the drive. Second personal of the quarter against the Sting. Allycock with her first.
We'll take another look at the replay. Kim Maroon already ahead of it. And this is what happens when you maintain your position down low. You're able to see everything, including that cross-court pass. Janet Casera, a lot of accolades for her. We'll get to her in a minute.
Janet Casera missing the first of 2, a 69.9% free throw shooter in the regular season. Goes 1 for 2 at the line this time. Coach Kiss once again calls for the press just 2 minutes into the first quarter. Sting have it poked out. They'll re-inbound down this baseline. Make it the sideline.
Pay attention to the key matchup today. It's going to be Yelichny and Allycock.
Allycock, yes. Of course, Allycock number 7 in points per game in the OCAA in the regular season. Of course, with Yelichny, one of the top scorers for this team, too, with 15 points per game for St. Clair. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Sting bringing it up the floor. Rushed right in. Maroon with a second straight steal.
And that's 2 quick steals for Maroon.
Tompkins will slow it back up to Logan Gacera. 16 on the shot clock. Jolichny. Open paint, now to Janica Gacera down low. Stripped away from behind, picked up Allycock. Passed along to Clough. Clough steps back, mid-range, no. And that ball will go out of bounds for the St. Clair possession. Of course, we're just in discussion with both Coach Kiss and Walker before today's game. It was noted that, of course, this is not a three-point shooting team Seneca is. They're more of a mid-range shooting team, especially in that East.
And the best idea is to either try to go for the quick steal down low or box them out to the point where they cannot take any close baskets. Whistle on the play.
Kickball violation is the call on the pass. St. Clair will keep possession with 50 on the shot clock. But Seneca in the regular season just 20.9% from deep, 16th in the OCAA.
And it's a good idea to limit their shots as best you can. Kim Maroon
gets it to go in the drive. And Kim Maroon able to get her first 2 points in the night. The former University of Windsor Lancer will watch as this one's poked by Jana. Picked up once more now by the Sting. Allison passes it back. McNeil. This one back outside Clough. 6 on the shot clock, no man to pick it up. Janica Gacera gets the steal. Tries to rush over top, Allison gets it.
And Seneca early on making a lot of mistakes. Granted, they have the depth and they're more physical, but again, you have to pay attention to the ball.
And Logan Gacera going to be called for the whistle as Noor Bazzi gets ready to come into the game along with Kelly McElroy. So 2 substitutions. Let's take a look at the replay, though, on that drive.
Once Janica Gacera gets the ball, it's basically nothing you could do there.
Got tripped up after the play, too. Either way, though, a 10-2 run here, Aaron.
And it's all based on the turnover Seneca has been doing. They're good at the mid-range, like you said at the top of the broadcast. But the problem is, when you try to pass it down low, there are players that are not ready to take advantage of that opportunity.
And that's why they have 4 turnovers already. Just 6:35 to go in the first quarter. Allycock gets the pick. Moving screen called against Cousins. Her first personal.
The woes continue for Seneca. Once again, more physical. And those are some of the vices that will come with you when you have a team filled with depth and a lot of physicality. I mean, that's good to have, but you have to contain it.
And not only that, Seneca now with already 3 personals, just about 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Noor Bazzi getting the pass in the corner. Bazzi trying to find space, able to find Jolichny. Pass down low, Maroon. Double team down low, pokes, fade, misses. Picked up on the rebound by McElroy.
Good double team from Seneca, able to contain Caroon to contest her shot.
McNeil running the point guard spot on the floor at the moment. Drives to the hoop, misses the bucket. Bazzi able to pick up the rebound. Bazzi looking towards Tompkins, to Maroon. Tic-tac down low, draws the whistle. She'll get the bunny ears to go to the line to shoot for 2.
And that's one of the most easiest plays in basketball. You give it to your big player, let her attract the double team, and let her draw the foul.
And more substitutions coming onto the floor here. Few substitutions as Lucina comes onto the floor. Also waiting to come into the game now is Kirsten Zolina for St. Clair. But of course, getting to Kim Maroon since joining the program during the mid-portion of the season, 8.5 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, 25% from the free throw line.
She was very effective and ended up with 9 rebounds her first game here. And that was one of the key differences. St. Clair needed people to help out because, remember, they were short-staffed at the beginning of the year. So they needed a lot of help, and they got Kim Maroon as insurance, and it's been working out for them.
And she'll come off the floor for Selena. And this was something Coach Kiss mentioned to us before the game, that you cannot play her for all 40 minutes in a game like this. Passed along down the floor, back and forth. Rojas along the players on the floor now for this squad. As the Sting chuck up the 3, no good on the first attempt from deep. McNeil with the shot missed. Jolichny gives it to Seneca as that goes out. Jolichny came into Russian for the play. It will stay Seneca ball with the first 14.
Well, you got to admire on Jolichny's hustle off that previous play, JP. She did not lay out of bounds. She continued to provide the hustle, tap the ball, but Seneca still has it with 6 seconds on the shot clock.
Make it 5. Allycock defended hard, misses the shot. Bazzi picking up the rebound. Jolichny draws the reach, yes. as Alicock reaches in. 11-2 is the run. And that will put St. Clair in the bonus for the next 5 minutes and 15 seconds, Aaron.
And you know, Seneca isn't happy right now based off that foul from Alicock. They're getting a lot of looks into the basket, but the problem is they're the turnovers. And that has to relegate them to shoot from the mid-range, which hasn't been working well. So they really have to tighten things up on the offense and find some way to stop St. Clair down low.
Yelichny now up to 6 points after draining the first of 2 free throws. Of course, Yelichny during the regular season was 3rd in total steals, along with 9th in total assists, with 15 points per game as talked about. Once again, St. Clair trying to put on the pressure. Once again, causing the full court press. Bozzi on the trap. Watch that shot clock, just getting it just to the line, but it's still going to be an 8-second violation. Allison just couldn't get it across the line right as the shot clock violation, 8-second violation rather, reached.
And the Saints are one of the toughest teams when it comes to the full court pressure.
Double dribble is the violation as we get the clarification. As Bozzi gets it passed along, Jenica Serra steps back for 7 on the shot clock, misses. Rushing inside, Selena couldn't get the board, picked up by the Sting. 4:40 to go in the first quarter here on We Digital Productions as it's tapped out of bounds. St. Clair still on a 13-2 run. Seneca just 1 for 6 with 6 turnovers from the field so far.
And that's the issue right down there as we see the pass. Seneca has to find some way to get a cutter.
Rojas lined up along with McNeil, Allison rounding out the 5 on the floor. Lucina along with the whistle called on the floor, tapped towards Ramsey. This time it's against St. Clair for just a second. Personal is against the team. It's against Selena for her first.
And that's fine if you're on St. Clair's side because you have a lot of fouls to give, but you do not want to allow Seneca to get wide open for those easy looks.
Substitution in. Along with the substitutions, you see Kalut Ahmad coming in as Bozzi gets the steal. Bozzi trying to dribble it up. Able to get it across half court. Passed on to Jenica Serra. 15 on the shot clock. Ahmad goes outside. So does Logan Casera. Retreats back inside. Contested layup projected. Ramsey with the rejection as she slows the pace back down. Jenica Serra trying to go for a bit of the defensive pressure. St. Clair going for a bit of a man-zone hybrid look. Spin in for Ramsey. Misses the contested layup. Picked up Jenica Serra. Jenica Serra 3-on-1 break. Moves on by, gets it on by Rojas. Nearly juked her out of her shoes.
That was too easy.
Jenica Serra taps it up in the mid-air as Rojas keeps possession. Tries to take a coast-to-coast pass back outside Lucina. Reset now to McNeil. 3:25 to go in the first quarter. 15-2 is the run for the St. Clair Saints. To the hoop goes Rojas. Gets the whistle. And she'll go to the line. For the first time, the Sting will go and shoot 2. This time, Zelina for a second personal.
2 straight fouls from Zelina on both defensive ends of the court. Kim Maroon has to check in her place. But again, that's just good defensive intensity. But the problem is you got to make sure you place your hands where the referees won't blow the whistle.
And this was another issue during the season for Seneca this year. 16th in free throw percentage, 57.8%. Rojas a 40% shooter, goes 1 for 2. Second chance picked up though by the Sting. Ramsey pass back out Rojas. They have 5 left on the shot clock. 3:09 to go in the first, tapped out of bounds as they lose the possession. Unable to keep the ball, Lucina.
I can understand why Seneca keeps on going down low, but the problem is, JP, they keep on being swallowed up by the double and triple team.
Lucina, the one with the turnover, as Bozzi will talk with the press. Coach Kiss making adjustments here. And look at how Seneca lines up here. 1-2-2-1 up the court. Pass back out to Jenica Serra. Puts up the runner, yes! And the road is on in the postseason. 17-3 is your run.
It's all because Seneca keeps on allowing enough space for St. Clair just to penetrate.
Contested layup is good. That time put up by Allison. Allison in the regular season, 28% from the field. Jenica Serra will drive up to the towards the hoop. Ahmad open for the mid-range, yes! And it looked like Janet just ran right towards the open spot to Amon.
And that's all you have to do. They're finding a lot of gaps into the defense as Khalid Ahmad gets the foul.
Yes, a reach and called up the floor. Substitutions coming into the game as well. Allie Koch coming in along with Allison staying in, it appears. Coming out is Lucena. As now, it will be Allison running the point. 2:17 to go in the first. Allison back outside. Cousins tries to set the pick now for Allie Koch. Gets the pass, back outside. Ramsey, back out to Allie Koch for the contested three. No, airballs it out. St. Clair possession. And at this point, as Yelichny comes back into the game now for Janica Serra, what can you do as a team?
If I'm Seneca, I just keep on moving the ball, try to create enough space just to drive right down to your mid-range hot spots. Alakok had a good look, but it just didn't go his way as Yelichny gets it up and in.
And more good passing for another layup. Yelichny once more on the board for some more points in this one, 21-5 run.
And Seneca could do that, but they have to have an open man.
Turnover once more as Logan Casera passed down low. Tap back out to Ahmad on the near turnover. 7 on the shot clock as Yelichny turns it back over. Allison tries to take it back up to the outside, Allie Koch. Allie Koch sizes up, spins over Logan Casera, misses. And Logan Casera able to pick up the rebound. Here comes a bit of the pressure as it's passed up to a Maroon. Bozzi getting space. Ahmad down the baseline, no. Second chance to Bozzi. Hesitates on the mid-range, too long. And that hesitation meant she couldn't get the proper footing for the shot.
Yeah, it messed up her form.
Indeed, under a minute to go in the first quarter.
Once again, if I'm Seneca, try to look for a nice backdoor, but make sure your player is open and not congested on the defense.
And whistle called. This will be against Ahmad for her second personal. That'll be the 15th foul as the Sting go to the line for the bonus. Tompkins will come back in along with Janica Serra wanting to come back in as well. To the line will go Allison meanwhile. She was a 25% free throw shooter in the regular season. Played high school ball at Runnymede Collegiate Institute for the first-year player from Toronto. Had 3 rebounds in Seneca's last game of the season against George Brown.
One of the handful of new players onto the team this year at JP. Only 2 first-year players. Second one is Shakia Stevens.
Allison brought down to 21-6 on the first, brings it to 21-7 on the second. 2 for 2 at the stripe. St. Clair with possession once more. 45 seconds approaching that mark to go in the first. She back to Boxy. Maroon to Janica Serra for the triple. No. Maroon tries to fight for the rebound, caught for the over and back.
And I think this is the first time we have seen one of the Saints try to capitalize on a three-point shot, JP, because that hasn't been the factor. It's been mostly the mid and post game for them.
And it'll be Shakia Stevens going to the line. As now, that will bring with the foul another new player onto the floor for the St. Clair Saints. That's Kelly Chauvin, coming onto the floor to play that big man spot.
And once again, this is all helping out Kim Maroon as she gets rested up on the bench. The ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Chauvin's the one who taps it out. Of course, Chauvin in the first-year player from Essex, Ontario, a pre-health science major. Played ball at Essex District High School previously. As Stevens misses the layup.
You see, those are the type of shots you have to make. Just an easy look for her, and she messed it up.
Bozzi, pass back outside. Putting up the triple, no. Chauvin tried to get the rebound. Shot clock off either way for the Sting. Sting trying to slow it back down for Stevens. Back to Allison. Tries to call isolation on that side of the floor. Swung back to the left center. 5 on the shot clock. 5 on the game clock. Allie Koch, contested 3, rejected by Tompkins. Bozzi tries to pass it up, but either way, the St. Clair Saints in full control in the crossover playoff in the OCAA Women's Basketball Playoffs. 21-8 is your score after 10 minutes of play. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching We Digital Productions.
Hi, I'm Curtis Joseph, former NHL goalie.
Butcher goes down. Look front the bird to drive the save. That's a nice shot. The save. And he's right in. Oh, and stops it behind the net. Marks with a white side in front. Talking shoots. Oh, and what a save.
You're watching We Digital.
Hi everybody, this is Tina Brigley, host of In and Out of Your Mind with Tina Brigley on WeTV. Join me and my guests while we explore ways to get out of your mind and into your life. Join us each and every week for a new show. Come see me here on WeTV.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged.
No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Welcome back, everyone, to the St. Clair College Sportsplex, where the St. Clair Saints are in full control. 21-8 is your score after one quarter to play here on We Digital Productions. Justin Prince alongside Aaron Sanders for this playoff matchup. Let's take a look at your standings for the East and West sides to show how did these teams get here. Of course, the Sting went 10-7 in the regular season, went 4th in the East standings on their side of the bracket. For the St. Clair Saints, they went 12 innings in the regular season and have the tiebreaker over Lambton to get to 4th in the West Division. In the end, both teams matched up same seeds. St. Clair with a better record out of the 4 seeds this year, heading into the postseason in standings.
And out of this situation, because St. Lawrence, the host for this year's championship, ended up 5th, that's why we have the 4 versus 4 matchup right now. But St. Clair have a higher record. 7th in Ontario, 10th against the 10th team in Ontario, Seneca and St. Clair.
Those are the OCAA rankings that Aaron is referring to. We're underway in the second as Tompkins misses the triple. McNeil brings it up the floor. And Seneca struggled in that first quarter, 2 of 12 from the field. Looking to turn things around in the second quarter. Allison swings it back out to McNeil. 10 on the shot clock. Back outside, Stevens. Swung back out for the contested jumper, Allison, no. Second chance picked up by Shy Cousins. And it's knocked out of bounds. It will go back to the Saints.
And what we've seen in the first quarter, JP, St. Clair controlling the pace, obviously. And Seneca tried to match him up with that same intensity, but the problem is it led up to so many turnovers on the high-low passes.
Yeah, those turnovers, 10-2 was the difference in that first quarter. Make it now, 10-2 now, 9-2 in the first. Both players fighting down low. Tompkins along with the fight that time with McElroy. Tompkins. We'll see what the official call is. There's no signal yet. Seneca thinks it is a personal against Tompkins. It appears, yes, indeed it is.
Because for a moment there, it looked like a tie-up, and it would have led to the possession there.
And Allison's going to come out of the game now as Lucena comes in. So Seneca with possession, down 21-8, 1 minute into the second quarter as Logan Casera gets the steal. Janet Casera back with it. Back out to Tompkins, open for deep, yes! And another triple onto the board for St. Clair, as now they lead 24-8.
And they're not letting up on the full court pressure. Steal by Maroon.
Mishandled by Allison on the pass. Here comes Tompkins rushing up. Back outside, swung around to Janet Casera for the 3, no. Logan picks up the second chance, drives in, yes!
How about Logan Casera's ability to power through off that box out? Fakes the handoff, got the ball down and put it up and in.
Stevens gets it poked loose, kickball violation, call it as it goes to the stands. Now our substitution as Rojas comes back in. 26-8 your score. Let's look at the replay on that last possession.
And you can see Janet Casera all alone for the corner 3. Went out of everybody's reach, and Logan Casera followed through and put the shot right back in.
Cousins bodies up on Maroon, misses. Again, Logan getting the rebound. 26-8 your score. Logan Casera misses. Tapped up by Maroon, picked up though by the Sting. And one of the main discussions prior to today's game was trying to adjust to the small ball lineups that we might have seen and have seen so far from St. Clair when it comes to Seneca.
Well, it's been working out for them so far because they have the advantage in speed. They're able to pick up and gain the advantage on the fast break game, and traveling is called.
Logan Casera getting the steal, however, called for the travel. Still happy either way, as you can see with the smile on her face as the substitutions come out. Stevens comes out, Ramsey comes back in. But again, that was something we discussed a bit with Coach Walker about how to adjust to that. And he was basically asking, how do we adjust? That was the main message throughout the warm-ups and practice for this postseason matchup.
Indeed, because again, St. Clair knows a way with picking up the pace. And when it comes to a small ball lineup, you have to take these things into consideration. Alicock.
Janica Serra blows the tire. Fast break either way. Maroon drives to the hoop. Unable to make it. Late whistle called as Janica Serra's knocked down to the floor. And it looks like Maroon tried to go for the fake and ended up going too strong on the attack. And Janica Serra, the one coming up off the floor, as that will allow the Saints to keep possession. First personal of the quarter. Make it second for Seneca. They bring it back to one foul as now the clarification comes. That's going to be on Cousins for her third personal. Clough comes back in.
Execute. Tight. Get you itch.
St. Clair with possession once more with a fresh 14. Yelichny puts up the triple. No. Janica Serra, second chance drawn, trying to draw contact. Goes out of bounds instead.
And you see Coach Kitch wanted them to pass to Ulichny, which was the first option, and that was one of the risky passes I have seen in this game so far, because when it comes to those overhead passes, they're easy to steal.
Logan Casera drives in, draws the contact, and she'll go to the stripe. So Logan Casera with the chance to bring to a 20-point lead. You'll see how right here.
And again, Logan Casera getting the step in addition to all that. She was able to get her shoulders in and everything.
Of course, Logan Casera missing some time this season with a broken clavicle. Now up to 90% healed. We were talking to Coach Kiss a little bit about that, where it was originally told that's a one-year-long injury for recovery. And was originally having to work herself into being comfortable to her play style once more.
But again, she was in good condition. That's why she was able to heal quickly. And he even said that she looks to be 90% healed.
Exactly. Yelichny getting the steal again. The good hands lead it to Maroon. Yelichny pass back down low. Tompkins just past 3 minutes into the second quarter as Logan Casera drives in, kills the Lucky Browns. And the route is on. Again, Logan Casera with the bucket.
Look.
One Saint knocked down. That is Janica Casera in front of the scorer's table. The Sting missed the shot either way. Picked up in traffic. Tompkins with the rebound, double teamed and stripped away. Taken to the hoop for the N1.
The wheels are falling off for everybody, and that's where the physical play comes into effect with Seneca. They're finding their way to try to get back into this game despite the route. Good double team as they take Kirsten Tompkins out of the picture and the layup to finish things off.
Chelsea Ramsey to the line to shoot one with the N1. Just the third made field goal as Logan Casera gets called for the second for this game so far. So Ramsey on the regular season, 53% from the stripe. Previously had played for St. Lawrence in the OCAA before joining the Sting.
So once again, think of it as this. If they win, she could consider the next round sort of a homecoming for her.
Because remember, St. Lawrence is hosting the championships this year. As the substitution you just seen going out was Ramsey once more. That allowed Allison to come back into the matchup. Janica Casera passed out to Nora Bazzi for the corner shot. No. Chauvin picking up the rebound. Swung back outside for the fresh 14. Kelly Chauvin tapped back to Yelichny. Back to Chauvin. Chucks up the three. No. Janica Casera put back. Draws the whistle instead. Clough there on the defense. Her first personal on the hard foul.
It's just good timing on Seneca, but it's just bad execution. You see, Chauvin's shot was off, and you know right then and there, whenever Janica Casera gets the ability to go convert on a second chance opportunity, she'll take it.
And of course, with Janica Casera, was this year's scoring champion for the OCAA with 20.2 points per game. Was also second in the regular season in assists per game with 4.5, which is a huge number, of course. First in total points as well. Second in total assists, sixth in total steals, Aaron.
And think of it, she has made this team much better since the season started. So imagine that type of distribution applied to the rest of the players. If they're able to pull this off, they might have a very deep run in the championships.
That's a mighty if. You still have to work your way through different teams. Remember, the winner of this matchup takes on the winner of Conestoga Algonquin today. Meanwhile, Alicant with 3 on the shot clock gets rejected. Norbasi helping with the defense as it's tapped back out. On the floor for St. Clair at the moment, Kaylee Chauvin, Anya Lichny, Janica Serra, Norbasi, Logan Casera are the 5 on the floor for St. Clair with a fresh 14 now for Seneca.
Small ball lineup with the exception of Kaylee Chauvin.
Chauvin's going to match up with Clough. Pulling up instead is McNeil missing the triple. Norbasi picking up the board. Chauvin swings it back to her. Norbasi running the point guard spot at the moment as Janica Serra gets it back. 14 on the shot clock for Yolichny. Back to Logan. Pulls it up for the long bomb. No. McNeil picking up the rebound. McNeil watches as Alicant drives to the hoop. Misses off the back rim. Yolichny drawing contact from behind as the whistle's called. Either way, Seneca possession. You'll see on the replay the tough play.
And once again, it was all left to Anna Lichny to try to grab for the rebound, but it was just a good contest from Taylor Alicant.
Making the contact from behind. Rojas off the bench, misses the short jump, mid-range jumper. Put back in though, down low. That time it was Alicant getting the put back. St. Clair up 31-13 still. They started with a dominant first quarter. They still lead by almost 20. Janica Serra to the line to shoot for 2 as Rojas gets caught for the foul. Her first personal. And now next foul will put St. Clair in the bonus for the rest of this quarter now.
And remember, it took them about 4 minutes to get into the bonus in the first quarter. Almost around 5 minutes now. So you can see Seneca's making some wise adjustments as the first free throw goes. But I think Seneca is becoming more aware inside, forcing St. Clair to make tough shots.
And I'd like to remind you, Aaron, that we talked about this a little bit. 20.9% for deep as the free throws missed there from Janica Serra. That is for Seneca. They haven't made a single three-pointer today on 4 attempts.
And all those shots they made beyond the arc, JP, was because they were too contested.
This time a contested layup misses from McNeil. St. Clair went 1 for 2 with a stripe on their last trip. They rush down the floor now to try not to. Norbasi works on the outside. Chauvin with the pick. Back to Ahmad. Back outside, Janica Serra. 8 on the shot clock. Yolichny setting up again for the pick and roll. Chauvin sets up Yolichny for space. Yes! And Yolichny now has 12 in the first half. And on top of that, that's her first triple of the game as well. Back down low goes Alicant as Yolichny caught for the reach. Second personal of the quarter for St. Clair. Yolichny's first.
And we're going to look back at the Yolichny 3. And once again, it is all thanks to the back pick from Kaylee Chauvin.
Yeah, it also was rolling in on the plate. Well, just enough space to get the 3.
Well, that's what Seneca needs to pay attention to when they're on the offensive end like they are right now. They have to create enough space so they could get a good, comfortable shot off, and they can on this end.
Clough turns it over. St. Clair still didn't pick it up the floor. Steen pick it up instead. Pass back outside. Allison able to find a player outside for McNeil. No. Still ice cold from deep as Ramsey misses the spin layup. Ahmad tries to rush the traffic. This time plummels up the floor. Yolichny back to Ahmad. Through traffic to Janica Serra. Mid-range, no. Second chance, nearly picked up. Instead, went between 2 different Saints. 3:15 to go in the first half. Alicant trying to slow things down. Pass back outside Clough. Clough down the baseline, yes. And Clough making that bucket. Just her first personal. First made bucket, rather, of the game. Norbasi swings it back to Jenna. Jana spins into traffic, gets the N1. Count it. And Janica Serra now has 12 in the first half. So her and Ulichny both scoring in buckets. As Rojas comes back in, along with Tompkins, Logan Gacera, Maroon. And as you can see, both teams trying to sort themselves out with the 37-15 lead. As that foul puts St. Clair in the bonus the rest of the first half. Free throw made by Janica Serra. The press once more called by St. Clair, Aaron.
And you know what? They haven't let up on the press the whole game. And remember, they put that press on for the last number of home games.
And Rojas draws the jump ball as that will go St. Clair direction. The thing is, though, when Logan Gacera came back on the floor, she was signaling to Coach Kiss two fingers. Seconds later, Coach Kiss calls for 2 for the press. Maroon drains the 2. So Kim Maroon gets herself to 5 points in the first half.
You know, it's quite interesting how St. Clair has been able to open up on good shot opportunities. Seneca has to find a way to get on the scoreboard.
Late whistle called. They say the foul's on Maroon on the leg on the drive. And that allowed the Seneca Sting to go to the line. Take a look, though, at the last play here.
Nor Bazzi created a distraction which allowed Maroon to cut right in from the right and take the basket. But on the other end, she took the charge and got the foul.
Ramsey at the line brings it to now 40-16. With the first free throw, makes the second. And the lead is still 23 as Kirsten Selena comes back in for Maroon, giving Maroon a rest after her second personal.
Remember, once again, it's the 3-forward rotation in Chauvin, Zelina, and Maroon.
Tompkins takes it back up, meanwhile for Bazzi. Bullet pass to Logan. Jana tries to find space outside. Logan misses the up and under. Selena can't grab the rebound. Ramsey gets it instead. Ramsey in the regular season had 5 rebounds per game on the year. Tonight, that was her third. Rojas swings it back up top, Alicott. Alicott and the triple team stripped. Logan Gacera couldn't keep it in bounds, though. He'll stay Sting possession with 8 on the shot clock.
But again, good hustle down in the paint from St. Clair just to try to keep that ball in possession.
Right to Ramsey, right for the triple. The first 3 of the game after starting 0 for 5 for Seneca.
It was all because they got a good look pass from the low post down to the arc.
Missed pass to Zelina leads to the turnover. Here comes Ramsey. Passed on back to Clough. Again, the Sting reset once more. Back to Ramsey. Works her way around Tompkins. Draws the personal instead. Let's look at the last triple from Seneca right off the inbound.
And remember, one of those risky passes to make is those overhead pass. But again, when the defense is colored right down low, that gives you an opportunity to space yourself out and head right out to the three-point line. And that's what they did.
Indeed, they did. Tompkins called for her first personal, by the way, on that last play. Next foul puts Seneca in the bonus. Pass back out to Clough on the inbound. Tries to work it over. Chauvin misses. Tompkins feeling some pressure as the Seneca defense backs off. Minute 15 to go in the first half here on We Digital Productions. Bazzi waiting for space. Drives on by. Able to find Demanian Nowitzki back outside Chauvin. Trying to pass it back out. 6 on the shot clock. Bazzi, long bomb, misses. Able to get her own miss for the putback, yes!
And what do the coaches tell you on a team? Always follow your shots. Bazzi knew she didn't get the good look, so she chased down her own miss and was able to finish it off.
Of course, Bazzi a part of that first-year class this season for the St. Clair Saints. Contested shot, no good in a crowd as Tompkins brings it back up. 35 seconds to go in the first half. Bazzi trying to call for it in open space. Pulls up for the triple, wide open, no. Nor Bazzi not able to make a 3. Shot clock difference about 4 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. 18 seconds to go in the first half. Clough, pass back out. Ramsey for a second triple, no. Picked up for St. Clair, 10 seconds to work with. Ulichny rushes up the floor, drives to the hoop, gets the bucket. Sting still have a second to chuck it up. It's stolen away by Logan as she can't draw the iron. And the rout is on and then some. It's been on since the first quarter. 44-20 is your score at the half between the St. Clair Saints and the Seneca Sting in OCAA women's basketball crossover playoff action to decide who goes to the championship tournament. We'll take a step aside. When we come back, we'll have the start of your halftime coverage here on We Digital Productions from the
Hi, I'm Curtis Joseph, former NHL goalie.
Butcher goes down. Look front the bird to drive the save. Pass to the nice shot. The save. And he's right in. Oh, and stops it behind the net. Marksman wipes it right in front. Talking shoots. Oh, and what a save.
You're watching We Digital.
Hi everybody, this is Tina Brigley, host of In and Out of Your Mind with Tina Brigley on WeTV. Join me and my guests while we explore ways to get out of your mind and into your life. Join us each and every week for a new show. Come see me here on WeTV.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged. No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex. At the half, it's the St. Clair Saints 44 and the Seneca Sting 20. Joining me is the assistant coach for the Sting, Jamie Hutchinson. And Jamie, what did you take in from the first 20 minutes?
Well, St. Clair definitely came ready to play. Us, not so much, unfortunately. So hopefully at this halftime we get some energy and we come out in the second half ready to play. But yeah, they were just more ready than us. They came out.
How do you capitalize here in the second half, knowing that you guys committed about 10-plus turnovers?
Yeah, so for us right now, it's just about taking care of the ball, looking for quality shots. Yeah, pretty much taking care of the ball. We want to look to attack the rim a bit more because we're getting some good looks at the rim and getting able to get to the line a couple times. So yeah, we just need to keep up the energy and bring a bit more in the second half.
Despite how this game is going, you guys had a good season, 10-7, all led by one of the leading scorers, Taylor Allicock. How much growth have you seen from her and the team as the season went on?
Yeah, throughout the season, yeah, we definitely had a rocky start, and we started to build up for sure. We started to play a lot better together, learn how to play some offense and some team defense together. So yeah, we definitely saw some improvement, so hopefully we can see that in the second half as well.
Plenty of time to do that. Thank you for your time, Jamie.
Thank you so much.
Jamie Hutchison, the assistant head coach. We'll take a quick pause, and we'll come back after this.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you, Jamie.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged. No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Back live on We Digital. Joining me is the Saints assistant coach, Phil Milanis, and heck of a start to the first quarter. What were some of the keys that you picked out from today?
Well, our pressure really kind of put them in a bind there, and we're getting a lot of easy buckets off turnovers. So our key to the game was stop number 6. That's our best player, and she only has 2 points at the half, so it's a huge defensive stop there.
This team is physical, but this Saints team know a thing or two about capitalizing on the small ball, and you guys did that. How were you able to make them commit those turnovers throughout the first 20 minutes?
Well, if you look at Kim in the back there, she's just picking off balls left and right. It's just IQ for the game, eh? Kids are playing a lot smarter right now. You know, they grow in the season, and they're just playing smarter ball.
And I think we talked about this a couple of games ago about how good of a relief to have Kim Maroon on the roster, allowing all the players to basically space out and get their minutes that they had before the injury. So how relieving is to have somebody like Kim Maroon and all the other big guys to capitalize on the rebounds today?
Oh, it's huge, huge. This is a great team on the offensive boards. They just crash, right? And, you know, they're not getting second chances, and Kim is a huge part of that. Logan's playing great. Jana's playing, like, you could go down the list of 7, 8 kids on our bench, 3 kids off the bench. They're just playing good ball, solid ball, and fundamentally good ball.
What are going to be some of the adjustments as the second half rolls on?
Well, we got to be smarter on defense and not use our hands. Last few plays, if you saw, you know, we're reaching in. We don't want to reach in. We just want to play straight up D, hands straight up, and let them make their shots. If they're good shots, they're good shots. Let them make them.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time, Phil. Good luck at the second half. At the half, it's 44-20. The Saints over the Sting, and I'll have Royal Church join me after the break.
Hi, I'm Curtis Joseph, former NHL goalie.
Butcher goes down. Look front to Berman, drive the save. Pass to the nice shot. The save. And he's right in. Oh, and goes. Stops it behind the net. Marksman wipes it right in front. Talking shoots. Oh, and what a save.
You're watching We Digital.
Hi everybody, this is Tina Brigley, host of In and Out of Your Mind with Tina Brigley on WeTV. Join me and my guests while we explore ways to get out of your mind and into your life. Join us each and every week for a new show. Come see me here on WeTV.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged. No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Hi, I'm Josie, and I'm your co-host of the We Digital production, We Now. Anyone interested in promoting a business, an event, a book signing, or maybe even just making aware of the movers and shakers of Windsor-Essex County, We Now can do that for you. We'll get your word out. So make sure you email me at josie@we-tv.ca to book an in-studio session that will air live on Facebook. And don't forget to check out our social media. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube.
Welcome back courtside here at the Sportsplex. The score is 44-20, St. Clair over Seneca. Aaron Sanders with Royal Church joining me right now. And the name of the game so far has been turnovers, and the way St. Clair has been committing them, it's just been working to their advantage. 18 turnovers for the first half for Seneca.
Yes, and that's not just Seneca, Aaron. That's St. Clair being aggressive and pressing and putting pressure on the Seneca guards that don't seem to be able to handle it. So when the turnovers are 18-5 in your favor, you got a real advantage. Now what St. Clair has to do here in the second half is come out aggressive, just like they did in the first half. Don't keep that foot on the accelerator. Don't let them up off the floor. You got them down, keep them down.
And they also kept their leading scorer down too. Taylor Allicock, only 2 points for her. And keep in mind, the majority of those attempts were from the three-point line, which has been very detrimental for Seneca. Only 1 for 7 downtown. St. Clair has only capitalized in 2. But that isn't the story. The main story, as you can see, are the turnovers and the rebounds like you alluded to. Everything's been going St. Clair's way so far.
Yeah, I think so, Aaron, and I believe that St. Clair has to be aggressive, but they also have to be patient and understand the situation. They don't want to commit silly fouls. They don't want to push the ball to the point where they lose control and commit turnovers. They want to be under control but aggressive. And I think that's a fine line that they have to really work on. But they have controlled the game. They have looked good. They pushed the ball up the floor. And as you mentioned before, Allicock has done virtually nothing. 1 for 6 from the field, 2 points. And if you watch the game carefully, they put her in the middle at the high post to try and get her the ball more often and give her a better chance to score. But St. Clair's double teaming her and just not allow her to get going.
Leading scorer for Seneca, Chelsea Ramsey with 8. Leading scorer for St. Clair, 14 points belong to Anna Olichny, as we have more stats for you. We talked to the head coach of Seneca. They said it might come down to the bench. They only scored 6 points off the bench. Second chance points, big factor when you have a key rebounding figure or somebody that could follow through like Janica Serra. But a big difference in the paint, 24-8 down low in favor of St. Clair. But the one thing that's impressed me so far is the play of Kim Maroon. Right out of the gate, not only she started, but she was able to capitalize on most of Seneca's turnovers in the first quarter.
Yes, she was, Aaron. She plays deep on the press, the 2-2-1 press. She's the last person, so she's the goalie on the press. And she forced bad passes, intercepted passes, and really kicked one ball out of bounds, which gives the ball back to Seneca, but it prevents a score. So her job to prevent layups in that deep position on the press, she did it extremely well, Aaron.
20 more minutes of basketball to go. At the half, it's the Saints 44 and the Seneca Sting 20. Justin Prince will rejoin me, and we'll call the second half after you watch this. You're watching OCAA basketball on We Digital.
Hi, I'm Curtis Joseph, former NHL goalie.
Butcher goes down. Look front the Berg, drive, the save. Pass to the nice shot. The save. And he's right in. Oh, and stops it behind the net. Marksman wipes it right in front. Talking shoots. Oh, and what a save.
You're watching We Digital.
Hi everybody, this is Tina Brigley, host of In and Out of Your Mind with Tina Brigley on WeTV. Join me and my guests while we explore ways to get out of your mind and into your life. Join us each and every week for a new show. Come see me here on WeTV.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged. No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Hi, I'm Josie, and I'm your co-host of the We Digital production, We Now. Anyone interested in promoting a business, an event, a book signing, or maybe even just making aware of the movers and shakers of Windsor-Essex County, We Now can do that for you. We'll get your word out. So make sure you email me at josie@we-tv.ca to book an in-studio session that will air live on Facebook. And don't forget to check out our social media. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
Welcome back, everyone, to the St. Clair College Sportsplex in Windsor, Ontario for more coverage of OCAA women's basketball. We're just a few moments away from the start of the third quarter. The St. Clair Saints lead 44-20 for the Seneca Sting. Justin Prince alongside Aaron Standers. We are proud to remind you, of course, that we are welcoming for the 14th Annual Westby Awards. Keynote speaker Nicholas Lindstrom. The Westbys will be held on Monday, April the 15th, 2019 at the Caboto Club in Windsor, Ontario. Tickets available soon. Visit thewestbys.ca to nominate a deserving athlete for their Westby Award. Of course, the Westbys very important in this community, and the community coming out to see tonight's action, including Shannon Kennedy, who you see on your right side of your screen.
St. Clair alumni, won the scoring title in her OCAA days and is the leading scorer in the league's history, too.
Indeed, she's watching along as the St. Clair Saints lead by 24. Score update from out of town in the matchup, that the winner of today's matchup. We'll see from what you're seeing here. The Algonquin Thunder lead 29-23 over Conestoga at the break. Again, the winner of this matchup plays the winner of that game in the championships later on next week. Again, St. Clair, as you and Royal talked about, basically in control, forcing 18 turnovers to 5 for St. Clair, having a huge difference in points off turnovers. How do you try and recover from that out of the locker room at this point?
Well, you have to space out. I seen Seneca is well cluttered on defense. You have to spread out. You have to go for a man-to-man as Chelsea Ramsey gets the jumper to go. So on the defense, you have to spread out. But offensively, you still have to be smart on the ball. By that, I mean pass it to a wide open man. Don't do those overhead passes. You might have to get off a behind the dribble pass as that one's getting taken away.
Bad pass from Logan Gacera, stolen away. Ramsey misses the roller around the hoop. Picked up by Tompkins. On the floor for St. Clair, Tompkins, Yelichny, Logan Gacera, Janet Gacera, Cameroon. St. Clair keeps possession with 21 on the shot clock.
And throughout the season, Seneca has shown that they really capitalize on the transition game. It's a crying shame Ramsey didn't get that bucket to go. But offensively for Seneca, they have to look up and be aware of their surroundings. See who's open and not clustered on the double team.
She was one of the positives in that second quarter, had 8 points in the quarter. Rebound picked up by McNeil. Seneca trails big time, 22 points in the postseason. Just 1 minute into the third quarter here on Weed Digital Productions. Justin Prince alongside Aaron Sanders as Ramsey spins in, gets 4 for the quarter. And she's starting to turn things around offensively to her team's leading score, only one close to double digits.
8 points per game.
Indeed, Janet Gacera to Logan Gacera. Back outside, Yelichny with space. Over Ramsey off the back hoop. Tap back up by Logan. Intercepted by Ramsey for the rebound. Stops, gets it, Janet a pump, tries to put up the second chance, draws the whistle instead. On Yelichny, call it for her foul, her second personal. Let's take a look at the replay.
Good decision from Chelsea Ramsey. Just to come right out with it. So you see Ramsey, beautiful spin move, got the step on Jana, and was able to finish it off on the right side. That was from the previous offensive play. But to get back to what happened now, Ramsey was able to stop right in time, get the quick pump fake, get a defender off the dribble, and she leaned in and drew the foul. Good decision.
Bozzi comes in for Logan Gacera, and the first response, first message rather from Coach Kiss after that foul to Cavalier for the start. All of a sudden, what was a 24 lead out of the locker room has gone to 19. Yelichny will go to the strike. Draws the foul from behind, and it's a chance to bring it back to 21.
And Yelichny's been effective since the start, JP, and you've seen off that transition, she didn't slow down. She knew she had somebody right behind her, so she just took advantage of it, drew the contact, and off she goes to the line.
Ramsey comes out for Allison as Yelichny misses the first. Yelichny in that first half was fairly dominant. 14 points, 3 free throws made as well on 5 made shots and 2 steals. Trying to help with a third as they try and break through the press. Maroon gets another steal. Brings it up to Norbazi, across to Jana. Back down low to Tompkins, swung back to a quick Yelichny triple. No. Picked up by Rojas on the rebound. And of course, this is a crossover matchup, basically interdivision matchup, of course, between the East and West. In your opinion, what are the differences that you've been seeing between these conferences throughout the years?
Well, the West likes to execute. That's one difference. And on top of that, the East, they're more physical, whether offense, on both offense and defense, as the second three of the game goes for Tiffany McNeil. But the difference is we see the West letting the plays breathe, execute real well. But for the East, they're more dominant.
McNeil has her first triple, the other one drained by Ramsey. That was the second one for Seneca as Tompkins misses her own 3 attempt. Rojas slows it back on down for Allison meanwhile. About 3 minutes into the third quarter. Clough Swings it back out to an open Rojas. Gets the pick. Pass back out McNeil. Battling down low, Clough. Swinging wide open goes Allycock for the triple. Misses off the window. Seneca draws the held ball down low as Clough comes in with some help. St. Clair, though, has the possession arrow.
It's good for Clough to come into the help, but you have to execute immediately. And even though Seneca has the advantage in depth, they haven't been able to use that to their advantage wisely.
Tompkins, meanwhile, passes off to Janica Serra. Drives through the traffic, yes. Another good bucket, 47-28.
Two defenders on her right, and she decided to blow by off the left.
And a kickball violation. They're going to say reaching, pardon me. Let's take a look at the replay.
And again, the moment Jana had the ball in the triple threat, she cut right down to the left side and finished it off.
Janica Serra called for the reach. Saints wanted to have the kickball in the play regardless. Second personal for the Saints in the quarter. Approaching 4 minutes into the third quarter here on We Digital Productions. On the floor now is McElroy. She swings it on to Ramsey. Ramsey battles down low. Whistle called off the ball. They say offensive foul. This will go against the Sting. It looks like Clough might have set a moving screen maybe. And it is her team second as she comes off the floor.
And remember, as the last two quarters played out, JP, Seneca is known for going over the limit either little or less than halfway into the quarter.
Chucked down to Tompkins for the miss as that goes out. Chasing after the rebound, Allison out of bounds. He'll stay St. Clair possession. But to really answer your question in terms of personal fouls a game, they were 19th in the OCAA coming into tonight. 19.3 personal fouls a game in the regular season. Yelechny gives it off to Tompkins, meanwhile, for the long bomb, no. McNeil picks up a rebound once more. McNeil, another former member of St. Lawrence's team from 2016 to 2018. Also having a decent campaign. One of the players that Coach Kiss wanted to watch as Ramsey gets the pass. Swung back out to Allison. 6 on the shot clock for McNeil. Puts up a 3, no. Couldn't add a second for her totals as Ramsey gets the second chance. Pulls up for her chance for a second 3, airballs it out. And it will go back to St. Clair on the missed airball 3. Now substitution on the floor. Ahmad comes in for Tompkins to change the point guard rule. Still a ways to go in this game. Still at least 15 minutes to go in regulation. At this point, if you're Seneca, what can you do to try and have a shot to try and close this gap?
Well, first off, as Kim Maroon gets the jumper to go, you have to spread out. On the offense, we've seen that last 3. We're seeing them getting more confident and less hesitant, but the problem is it wouldn't go. Don't focus on the 3s. Just get the closest shot possible. Make sure there's somebody open right down near the elbow or into the post and let them take care of business. So far, it's been the Chelsea Ramsey show for them as that shot's missed.
McNeil went farther away for the mid-range shot and missed. Maroon double team. Back off the Yelechny to Bazzi. Bazzi pulls up for the quick 3, yes! And Bazzi's been having a good game all night so far. Whether it's been scoring or various stats, has been adding in different spots. Getting the steal this time. Janica Serra open for the layup.
Once again, Janica Serra kept her eyes open on where the ball was going. But to go back on Noor Bazzi, she's shown enough hustle near the second half of the season to show that she is a great player for St. Clair.
Tough drive, draws the contact. Lucena to the line to shoot for 2. Coming into the postseason, one of the team's top free throw shooters at 73%. Last year, had played as well in the offset AA championships. Replay coming up.
And once again, Kim Maroon was able to square up right before Lucena came into the scene.
Just able to take advantage of the space down the baseline, too. Second free throw made. Selena comes in now. So there's that big man rotation once more. Coming into play, it appears, as Janica Serra comes off as well. Timeout is called on the floor. Our first timeout of the entire game. I'm surprised we haven't seen any more timeouts than prior to this point. We'll take a quick step aside. When we come back, we'll have the rest of your third quarter. You're watching We Digital Productions from the St. Clair College Sportsplex.
Hi, I'm Curtis Joseph.
I want to talk about
Butcher goes down. Look front the bird to drive the save. Pass to the nice shot. The save. And he's right in. Oh, and stops it behind the net. Marksman wipes it right in front. Talking shoots. Oh, and what a save.
You're watching We Digital.
You look as the fans watch along for the action as the St. Clair Saints lead 54-30. In the mid portions of the third quarter here on We Digital Productions, Justin Prince alongside Aaron Sanders. And of course, talking a little bit just before coming back from the break about Seneca. Basically, what do you want to add to the points of this? Because this has been a rout and a half.
Well, you know what? They're being beat by speed, JP,
Yes.
and it surely shows it on the defensive end. The last shot we've seen from Ken Maroon is because of the lack of responsibility on the defensive assignment for Seneca. So they have to wise up and tighten down on their defensive assignment if they want to force St. Clair to make unnecessary shots.
Seneca Sarah gets the bank layup to go. Brings the lead now up to 26. And one of the things mentioned in our discussions as the Travels call it up the floor, as we'll take a quick look at the replay of the last bucket.
Out of the timeout, Janica Sarah motioning Zelina to come up for the pick. Didn't need it and puts the floater up.
Driving towards the bucket goes Bazzi. Janica Sarah puts up the triple. Make it 5 straight points for Janica Sarah. And she's starting to heat up. Make it now 22 points on the board. Allison brings it back down to the baseline. Jumper, no. That time missed down the baseline. Alicon. Pardon me, Lucena. Janica Sarah tries to cross the floor. Passed on along to Yelichny. For the corner, triple, no. Selena tries to dive for the rebound. Draws the held ball. Possession arrow goes the other direction. And let's look at the last triple.
Once again, when Yelichny is open right down on the corner, nobody could pick her up because she has a quick release in her. And she's been, again, like I said before the half started, one of the effective players that's been making a difference for this game.
Ramsey back onto the floor. But to get back to your point about speed, again, that was one of the main concerns that Coach Walker had prior to the game for the small ball lineup. Had said that some of his adjustments would be like playing in the bench, playing in the spaces basically, not allowing space for the Saints in towards the paint. That has not worked that way on the defensive side as the offensive foul is called against Ramsey.
And to go back on how the bench has been producing throughout the whole game. Remember, in the first half, the bench only came up with 6 points.
Let's look at the foul for the push-off first off. As you see, Ramsey tried to get space for the pullback three.
And once again, that's where the physical play of the East Division comes into effect, but not in their favor.
Under 3 minutes to go in the third, Zelina misses the mid-range jumper. Cousins getting the rebound. Cousins has been seeing spot minutes much of the night because of foul trouble with 3 personals as she sets up around the top of the key. Pass, triple team intercepted. Bazzi once more with the pass down low to Logan. Logan spins to space, gets rejected by Cousins. Tap back out of bounds. Sting possession. And there's that hustle once more.
And did you realize Logan Casera was the only one that hustled based off the last play? Zelina poked the ball out of it, and Logan Casera was smart of slowing things down, not trying to finish off balance. And again, good indication of that hustle.
Rejected by Norbazi. Still 10 on the shot clock for the Sting with a 59-30 lead.
And if she's not in a scoring groove, she knows how to provide in other departments. In this case, the defense.
7 on the shot clock now for Rojas. Pass back to Ramsey. Ramsey sizes in, way off the mark, off the top of the backboard.
And it was all because of the strip right before she went up in the air.
Pass back up to Logan Casera to the corner. Trying to find space as the Saints once more for the jumper. Yelichny finds it for the three. Yes! And Yelichny now with 18 on the game.
And this is what happens when you're not aware of the upcoming screen. Anna Lichny was right behind the whole time. She knew she had enough separation to let that shot go.
Saints with +5 in the quarter. Pardon me, +8. 18-10, the score differential for the third. Under 90 seconds to go in the quarter. Ramsey stripped away by Ahmad once more. Bozzi tries to run up the floor on the fast break. Finds Lichny, yes, for 5 straight points. And now she joins the 20-point club.
And there's a reason to it all. The hustle, and you know what? We said at the beginning of the show, Seneca was great at the transition play game, but so is St. Clair with the small ball lineup.
Swung back around, McElroy giving off to Ramsey. Ramsey drives in, draws the contact, and she'll get the bunny ears. 4th personal against St. Clair in the quarter, caught against Logan for her 3rd. Let's look at the replay on the other end first.
All right, Kaluta Mont down in the corner.
And this is for the Lichny 3.
Yeah, Lichny was able to get the ball from Zelina, who immediately set the screen. That's just good awareness from Zelina's behalf.
Andy, Logan 3.
Ramsey to the line to shoot for 2, misses the first. 64-30 is your score. As you look at that Seneca bench, whatever adjustments have been made have just not stuck the way I think they were hoping as Allison comes back into the game.
And keep in mind, the Saints were able to limit Taylor Allicock, who was one of the key players coming into today. But on the other end, Chelsea Ramsey has been corralling this team despite the deficit. So if there is one adjustment that's been working so far, it's been the ability to give Ramsey the ball. Bazzi.
Bazzi misses the triple. Logan tries to chase it out as she'll go to the green curtains corner. 36.2 left in the quarter. Seneca with the 12-second different shot clock, game clock. Next St. Clair foul will also put Seneca into the bonus. Trying to drain down the clock as Stevens gives it up top. Back outside Stevens. 10 on the shot clock. Tries to pass at the post. Gets the kickball violation instead. Off of Tompkins it was there. That allows Seneca to reset with 8 on the shot clock.
Remember, when you have master lock defense like that, you have no other option.
Inbound it right to Allicock. Swung back outside. McElroy finds Allison. Pose up for the jumper. No. Bozzi picks it up. Poked around. Shot clock is off. Tompkins down the floor to Ahmad. Swung around to Logan. 2 on the shot clock. Puts up the jumper. No. And the St. Clair Saints have been dominant today. The number 7 team in the league leads 64-31. We'll take a step aside. 4th quarter coming up right after these messages.
Hi everybody, this is Tina Brigley, host of In and Out of Your Mind with Tina Brigley on WeTV. Join me and my guests while we explore ways to get out of your mind and into your life. Join us each and every week for a new show. Come see me here on WeTV.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged. No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Hi, I'm Josie, and I'm your co-host of the We Digital production, We Now. Anyone interested in promoting a business, an event, a book signing, or maybe even just making aware of the movers and shakers of Windsor-Essex County, We Now can do that for you. We'll get your word out. So make sure you email me at josie@we-tv.ca to book an in-studio session that will air live on Facebook. And don't forget to check out our social media. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube.
Welcome back, everyone, to the St. Clair College Sportsplex in Windsor, Ontario, as the St. Clair Saints have been dominating since the drop of the opening tip. 64-31 is your score with 10 minutes to go in the crossover playoff matchup in OCAA women's basketball action. We Digital Productions. Justin Prince alongside Aaron Sanders. St. Clair's just been in control since that opening tip, shot 40% in the third quarter.
And you know, it all started in turnovers, and once you capitalize on those turnovers, you add points, and when you have big players like Kim Maroon dominating on the rebound, as well as Norbazzi coming off the bench doing the same thing, it just changes the dynamic of the game and what was expected in this head-to-head game.
Ball tapped away on the first possession of the quarter. Seneca draws a whistle before the shot. They say travel. Stevens called for the travel as we'll go the other direction just 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. In that third quarter, just 25% shooting. That was the highest in a quarter so far. Downside is, though, 3 of 12 from the field. Just 12 shots. Not that good from the field.
Well, they've been, again, forcing the shots since the game started, and it's all because of the good defense from the Saints.
Janica Serra draws the whistle, and she'll go to the line to shoot for 2. Let's take a look at the stats from the third quarter right here as they go along. These are the live stats as they go. 45% shooting for the Saints on the game, just 22% for Seneca. 5 of 20 from deep are the St. Clair Saints. As well as some of the bigger factors, points in the paint, 34-10 for the Saints, 12-2 on fast break points. And the bench that Seneca wanted to have wake up, not there. Just 8 bench points.
And remember, coming into the second half, they only scored 6 points off the bench, so only 2 points off of there. So a big difference from them as those free throws go. But again, it's a little bit disappointing because, again, Seneca has their leading scorer, but hasn't produced as much today. It's been deferred to Chelsea Ramsey. She's been putting on a good game.
Yeah, she is up to 14 points. That leads her team in scoring. Right now is setting up down low, rather, guarded by Yelichny. McElroy passed on back, down low it goes. Cousins battles down low as the whistle's called. This will go against Maroon, it appears.
Yeah, Maroon tried to go for the steal, but she was right behind. And the moment you're behind and try to go for that steal from the overhead pass, you're going to be called for the foul. See, dipped right in and got the foul.
That was her third personal, first team foul of the quarter. Cousins gets it to roll in. And Cousins hasn't been a factor much throughout this game because of foul trouble. Janica Serra drives on in, trying to take advantage of the transition, missing. Taken back now by the Sting. Bounce pass to Cousins, can't handle the pass. And it will see which way they signal to. They say it is a baseline inbound for Seneca.
But again, kudos to Janica Serra following that play from one end to another. She was right behind, right in the middle of that triple team as she poked the ball away.
Tompkins tries to poke it loose to the inbound to Allison. Clough back on the outside, swung back to the corner. Sizing up Ramsey. Ramsey, pass back outside, contested jumper. Allison just misses on the back rim. Maroon picking up another rebound. Kim Maroon tonight. That was her third. Banker shot, misses. Janica Serra's second chance to the corner. Tries to drive inside, misses. Can't get the tap out down low as Logan, as here comes Allison. Faith and Allison stops. Finds the trailer. McNeil sizes into the paint, back outside. Clough contested mid-range, yes. And when they've been able to find her down the baseline, that has worked. They found her twice on that play.
It's a rarity, too, because the defense was still moving, and Seneca was able to pass the ball around to an open player.
Maroon misses a contested shot as the Sting had a player in front of her. Passed along to Ramsey for the quick shot. Airballs it right to Logan. For Logan Casera, that is another rebound for the game. That is her fourth. Passed along to Yelichny for the three. No. Logan Casera tracks down another board. Passed out to Janica Serra. Contested three for her goes off the front rim. Clough picks up another board once more. Of course, Clough, 2018 OCAA first team all-rookie team member and was also in the top 20 offensive rebounds in the regular season.
And you can see why that depth that she applies has been like most of the positives for Seneca tonight. Shot clock winding down.
Chucked up and missed. Here comes St. Clair as it goes off Jenna and out of bounds. Timeout called, Andy Kiss.
And I don't blame him because I didn't like that look anyhow.
It looks like St. Clair has started to collapse a little bit. They still lead by 31. However, not wanting to break things up. Of course, a big event coming up in the city, an evening with Dr. Jim Weiss. A transformational leader, speaker, and author of The 5C Leader returns to Windsor to share his stories and research on exceptional leadership practices. A former professor and dean at the University of Windsor and University of Western Ontario, he has traveled the world addressing multinational corporations, Olympic sports teams, and top education institutions with insightful and interesting messages. See that at the St. Clair College Sportsplex on February the 28th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. The fans are dancing. The players could potentially be dancing in the locker room after this one. 66-35 St. Clair in a dominant matchup. The fans have been entertained right from the opening tip from the St. Clair offense.
Well, it's nothing but all smiles from what we believe is one of the best 6 men in the OCAA, as indicated in the last home game. But they have to be happy the way the Saints are playing right now because they're just about 6 minutes and change away from heading over to Kingston to play in the OCAA championships. And again, the winner of this game will play against the winner of the Thunder Condors contest.
And that is going to be an interesting matchup at that point as well when it goes over. Justin Prince alongside Aaron Sanders with 6:40 to go in the fourth. Don't forget, Royal Church, of course, has been joining us throughout the season for this year's broadcast, whether it's for pregame, halftime, postgame. Join me for color, joining Aaron for color. Again, a very thankful member of our crew throughout the season, as that will be a tough whistle down low. St. Clair looks to have changed up their bench, and one of the players off the bench, Marissa Mara, drawing the whistle. Called for the personal. Marissa Mara on the floor, along with Jamie Chauvin, Nor Bazi, Tompkins, also lined up as well, it appears. Yes, indeed, with Zelina. That's the 5 on the floor. As Cousins gets the inbound, misses the banker. Tap back out. Rojas gets it to go off the back rim. Clough amongst that group as well. Rush down to Mara. Mara avoids the double team. Back outside Bazi. Boy, pass through 2 different players intercepted. The bad pass leads to the fast break. Down low, go the Sting. They can't draw iron. Second chance though, shot clock still at 15. Off the back rim it goes for Cousins. Cousins getting the rebound. Once again outside it goes. Clough. Back outside, Rojas. No. Selena picks up the air ball. Approaching halfway to go in the fourth quarter. Mara trying to find space. Selena outside. Mara misses the mid-range. And again, Ramsey again another board. 5:25 to go in regulation. And Aaron, it's been one of those games where it's been a struggle on offense, of course, with Seneca. We talked a few times. When we're off the rhythm at the start, starting to slowly wake up. Clough, though, missing the shot. St. Clair's just not let off the gas pedal.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. Seneca is basically doing the right things in the fourth quarter, but unfortunately, time has been a factor. But the one thing that I've been happy about with them in the second half is they've been able to slow things down as Bazzi pops up for the 3 and misses. They've been able to slow things down offensively. They're executing more diligently. They're showing more discipline, and the depth is really coming alive for them. But again, if things worked out for them in the first 3 quarters, this would have been a close game. Today hasn't been that case.
Indeed, at this point, as Cousins with 6 on the shot clock, stripped in the post. Whistle after the play as Selena's knocked down. And that will be a foul against Selena, it appears. 4:29 to go in the fourth. And a player, looks like a round of applause rather, as it appears that it will be indeed Ramsey being brought to the bench. Cousins will also come off the floor. As clarifications with Selena being told to stay on the floor, was originally going to come off the floor for substitutions. as she's the one who draws the contact for the second personal in the quarter against the Sting.
So if I'm not mistaken, they ruled that an unsportsmanlike foul?
That, I believe so, yes, indeed. That is why you see her as the only player at the stripe. That means free throws and possession stays at that side of the floor for St. Clair. Zelina now comes out for Kaylee Chauvin to complete the substitutions. It looks like that might be the end of the day for Zelina, too, after having a very good rebounding performance off the bench tonight.
It's a good rebounding game from three of the men rotation, from Zelina, from Chauvin, from Maroon. So the 4-5 spot has been working real well tonight.
Mara misses the contested layup in the paint. Seneca takes it back up once more. McNeil drives to the hoop, gets it to go. And McNeil's got 7. Bulleted down to Mara after the inbound for the mid-range, no. Second chance picked up, Chauvin banks it home, yes. And again, those rebounds, they've been about even. The thing is, though, they've come in more opportune times, it seems, for St. Clair.
Well, St. Clair, remember, had the advantage in second chance opportunities since the game started, and you could see why. They have the depth in that 4-5 position as the banker goes this time around for Clough.
Clough gets up to 6 points in the game. 6 points, 4 rebounds for her as Ahmad drives outside. Tompkins, Tamara, contested jumper, no. Chased on down, tapped out in fact by Lucena. Either way, it will go back to Seneca. Substitution rather, for Haley Furr coming in for the early childhood education major. As let's take a look at the quick replay.
All right, good spacing and good position from Chauvin just to put it right back up and in.
3:10 to go in the fourth quarter. St. Clair, depending on a miracle and pending a miracle, look to be on their way towards the championship tournament at St. Lawrence College in Kingston. Substitution for Allison coming in for Rojas as that was deflected out. And this is a huge accomplishment either way for both of these teams to, of course, make it to the postseason first off, but of course for St. Clair as well to make it to the tournament as Tyler Carroll comes into the game. Looks like the rest of St. Clair's bench is well cleared, as with Tanae Freckleton also coming in.
Absolutely. Everybody will play in the roster today.
Poked loose. Furr jumps on top of it for the held ball. And it will stay St. Clair possession. Good hustle from Furr. Of course, Furr, another first-year player for this team, played for Holy Names High School and won 2 city championships, a SWASA title and an OFSA, as also competed in OFSA as well for the former Valiant.
And you know, with those types of accolades as she misses those shots, it's going to bring up a lot of attention for coaches and scouters out there.
Indeed. Of course, referring to the former Valiant, of course, referring to the Jewel Leagues that's stripped away by Mara. Bulleted allowed to Jamie Chauvin. Stretching the floor, full court press from the Sting. Stolen away by Allison. That was a good read from Allison from the cross-court pass.
Absolutely, and remember too, those cross-court passes have been working in both of these clubs' favor today, which led to the turnovers.
Lucena, pass back out McNeil. 10 on the shot clock. Clough again down low, yes. And Clough starting to heat up a little bit in that post. Make it now 8 points now, 4 points in the quarter.
And that should have been the name of the game for Seneca right out of the tip-off. Give it to your big men and let them dominate. Don't chuck those shots unless if they're necessary.
Freckleton has it stripped away. Allycock tries to bring it down. Passes out of the double team. McNeil, no. Deflected away by Allycock for the second chance. Lucena draws a whistle just before the shot. They will say she will go to the line to shoot for 2. Mara at the whistle.
Once again, a lot more confidence from Seneca driving down to the basket. And once again, good awareness from Faith and Allison.
Lucena misses the first of 2. But of course, getting back to trying to go down low to the post, you had Cousins in foul trouble for the entire first half. She was the top rebounder for this team with 7 rebounds. You had on top of that, Allycock as well, having trouble shooting today. She was just 1 for 6, Aaron. as that will go back the other direction to possession.
And once again, a number of players that we put a star on today haven't been able to produce much due to the slow start from Seneca. But then again, you have other players that's been filling in that void. But the problem is, if you look at the scoreboard, not enough time for them to capitalize.
And not enough buckets overall. Missing the bucket, Allycock once more. Second chance put in by Lucena. Minute 7, making a minute 5 left. Mara wide open for the layup, yes. Make it 71-46, 1 minute on the clock. And there's been some strong performances too. You mentioned Ramsey with 14.7 rebounds today. Clough with 8. 4 of them coming in the quarter. But for St. Clair, it was Janica Sarah, Ania Lichty with 24 points and 20 points respectively, as the whistle's called to send Seneca back to the line. That one against Haley Furr. And that's her first, team's third, as that will send Lucena back to the line. She'll miss the first of 2, 71-46, 44 seconds left to go in the game. And she goes 1 for 2 for a second straight trip. St. Clair dealing with the full court press. Having to deal with 4 defenders is Furr. Has it stripped away, draws another jump ball. Possession arrow reaching its way towards the Seneca side, it appears. Yes, indeed. And while Furr has not seen many minutes today, she's seen minutes at times throughout the season, shown some hustle though.
Well, once again, when you create that hustle, when you have enough time, that allows you to build up the experience with this young St. Clair Saints team as they're able to capitalize on the defense.
Back-to-back steals, first from Mara, then from Allison, tapped back out of bounds. It will stay Seneca possession as Mara taps it loose.
And that's what Tanae Freckleton's in the lineup for, is because of her ability to create a lot of hustle on the defensive end. And you could see it's been able to work out for her.
24.7 seconds left in this game. St. Clair up 71-47 in a dominant matchup. McNeil misses the jumper, second chance put up. Allycock no good. Carroll will get the board as St. Clair will take it into the front court. Furr will have to deal with the pressure. Has it stripped away. Draws the reach. And that will go against the Furr up the floor. Inbounded down the sideline with 4 seconds left. Have to give this though to Seneca. They have not been giving up in this fourth quarter.
No, regardless, because I believe they dominated the entire fourth quarter due to depth, due to their smart options. And look at this, they were able to outscore
16-7
them.
run, yeah.
They were able to outscore St. Clair.
Not enough time is the main thought process. St. Clair goes to the championship tournament. They win 71-47 over the Seneca Sting. A big-time victory, a big-time deficit. Able to win now 5. They came into the postseason winning 5 of their past 6. They now head into the tournament with momentum, heading to Kingston. We'll take a step aside. Post-game coverage coming up next on We Digital Productions from the St. Clair College Sportsplex.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
All right, welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex. The final score, the Saints 71, the Seneca Sting 47. I'm joined by the player of the game, Otto Lichny. And Anna, it was a dominant game from start to finish. Your thoughts?
It was a game we had to win. We were having a rough start at the beginning of the year, but we finally got our playoff home game, which is what we wanted. And in this game, all I thought was just got to get things done to get us to OCs, and that's what I did. That's what a team did.
What was the difference did you see from playing against this team today, knowing they're from the East Division, you guys from the West?
It was really good competition. I feel like we prepared ourselves a lot for it, which was a really good thing. And our thing for the game was just to execute, play our game, play as if it were anyone in our league, and that's exactly what we did. So
home playoff game, home win. Now you guys are off to Kingston. Your thoughts?
We're just going to prepare for ourselves and, you know, hopefully get a medal, reach the podium, and that's our goal for OCs.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time, Anna, and congratulations. Royal Church is going to... Well, before Royal Church, we have Coach Andy Kiss. Congratulations, Coach. First of all, dominant game from start to finish. You guys started on the small ball lineup and you capitalized. What were some of the keys?
Well, I thought we gave it a one word. We wanted to be very clear and concise about game plan execution. And that's all the players. They executed the game plan. Our best players were the best players on the floor. Ulichny, Jana Kusera, Kim, they all saw. And in fact, I mean, so many other kids did even little things like winning 50-50s. I know we had conversations this year where I was very frustrated, but this was a beautiful thing, this game.
Absolutely. In addition to that, the 3-forward rotation worked out. Maroon, Chauvin, and Zelina. Was that part of the keys of the game today to limit their rebounding?
Oh, yeah. This was a team that had some size, and they crashed the old glass hard. So we had to have enough size to handle that. And those three, Maroon, Chauvin, and Zelina, all did their job.
Off to Kingston, your thoughts?
Well, we want 4 wins. We just got we got the first one, so we need 4 wins. Our goal is to be the gold medalist on the podium, and we can do it with this team.
1 win down, 3 to go. Thank you for your time, Coach. Congratulations. And now, Royal Church, you and I talk one more time of 2018-2019. This St. Clair Saints team, we have seen them overcome adversity. We didn't see any of that today.
No, they were sharp today. They came out. They started on time, Aaron. When that whistle went to start the game, they were ready to play, and it showed in everything they did. They moved the ball quickly. They fast broke the ball, rebounded it, but most importantly, played great defense. One of the better players in the league is Taylor Allicock. She had 1 for 8 from the field and 2 points for the entire game. That tells me a lot about the kind of defense that mostly Anna Ulichny played on her, and other players too. But that kind of defense and that kind of dedication and focus to stop the other team's best player makes a difference in the game, and that's why the score was what it was.
Absolutely. With a win like this against one of the top rebounding teams in the league, how much confidence does that bring in, knowing that they're off to Kingston for the championships?
I think they're a tremendously confident team. I think this St. Clair team is in the best position a St. Clair team has been in a while, Aaron. And I think when they go to these championships, they're really going to have an impact, and they're going to do something special, and I think they're going to come back with some sort of award, some sort of medal, because I just feel like they're ready.
Absolutely. 2018-2019 is complete. Thank you for your help again, Royal. You've been terrific, as always.
Thank you, Aaron. I really enjoyed it, and you do a great job.
Thank you very much.
You and Justin.
Thank you very much. Royal Church, the doctrine of basketball here in the 519. And that will wrap it up in more ways than one. We conclude the 2018-19 OCAA season here in Windsor with a final score, the St. Clair Saints 71 and the Seneca Sting 47. It's been an amazing ride to cover OCAA volleyball and basketball for you once again. On behalf of the entire We Digital family, we thank you for watching, but keep in mind, we're not done yet. We have plenty more events for you, for all of us to cover for all of you. So on behalf of all of us, thank you, and we'll see you again. But for now, till next time, this be Aaron Sanders saying so long from the Rose City.